Happy days. Hello, it's cool to be back. Last time I was pitching a Sync event, it was Sync the City when we first started, so this is quite nice, it's quite cool. So hello, I'm Callum, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Safepoint. I'm here today with James, who is another one of our co-founders. We started Safepoint back at Sync the City in 2017. And at Safepoint, it's our mission to solve the big problem of lone worker safety and regulatory compliance. And we do that by providing a modern and easy-to-use platform that instantly increases the safety of lone workers and ensures that businesses can easily stay compliant with today's health and safety regulations. But what I want to start with today is to put what we do at Safepoint in a bit more context. So I'm going to tell you the true story of Rob. Now, Rob was a lone worker, and he was an engineer, and he worked in the west of England. Now, Rob went into work one day, he slipped, he fell, and he did sadly die. Now, the really scary part about this whole story is that nobody even knew anything had happened for over 4 hours. So Rob was dead or dying for over 4 hours, and nobody had a clue. And the company he worked for was subsequently fined millions of pounds because of this. This is exactly what we at Safepoint want to prevent. So lone worker protection is a regulatory must for businesses, and it is specified in the Health and Safety Executive with this quote: procedures must be put in place to monitor lone workers as effective means of communication are essential. It's a pretty clear statement. But what is the scale of this lone working problem? Well, approximately 20% of the entire UK workforce are defined as lone workers. And it touches almost every industry: manufacturing, social care, estate agents, utilities, agriculture, retail, sales. Every single one of these industries has thousands of lone workers. And what can these businesses and industries do to become compliant? Well, one way is specified in the Health and Safety Executive, and that's through the use of an automatic warning device which triggers if specific signals are not received periodically from the lone worker. So a sort of safety check-in tool. Now, conveniently, this is also an exact definition of what Safepoint is. And what does our current market look like? Well, there's 8 million lone workers in the UK. As I said, that's around 20% of the entire UK workforce. If we look more broadly at Europe, USA and Canada, there's 53 million lone workers. And specifically, the lone worker safety solution market was estimated at being worth £108 million in 2016 and is projected to more than double to 232 million by 2021. So it really is a growth market. And it's a problem that doesn't just affect the SME employers. It affects the large corporates with hundreds of thousands of staff globally. It affects the insurance providers that have to provide business liability insurance to every single one of these businesses. And what are we up against? What is our competitive landscape like? Well, we're up against bespoke hardware devices. Now, these are technically very good products, however, very expensive, require long-term contracts, and they're just difficult to manage across your business. We're up against simple hardware, things like walkie-talkies. Now, these obviously suffer from limited range, but they also suffer massively from human error. You essentially have to have someone sitting, listening into the walkie-talkie, writing down who's where. If that person goes on lunch, or if you lose that piece of paper, your safety solution's gone. Step up from this is SMS or instant messaging or maybe mobile telephone calls. Now, they fix the issue of range with things like walkie-talkies. However, they still have that massive issue of human error. And you can't often make that telephone call when you're unconscious or you're being attacked. So they don't really solve the problem of safety. Now, of course, there are competitor businesses out there that provide similar software to us. However, these do come with some significant flaws. So a large portion of these competitor platforms have user interfaces that aren't too dissimilar from something you'd have seen in the 90s. They're really ugly. And if you look on the App Store, Google Play, iOS App Store, they're very rarely updated. Some of them haven't been updated for 6 to 12 months, which in the world of mobile tech is a really long time. And you can tell that by some of the reviews. I read a review once that said, man-down functionality does not work. It's a pretty critical issue for a safety application. Now, of course, there are competitors out there that do provide some good tech. However, where these fall down is they put up some quite frustrating barriers to entry. So pricing is almost always incredibly opaque. You have to go through the full sales process before you find out how much anything is going to cost. You can't just go online and say, it's going to cost me this much. That just doesn't happen. To get onboarded onto these platforms takes 2 to 4 weeks of sales calls, demos, webinars, discussing quotes. It's just a huge waste of time. these businesses have such outdated sales tactics and they're putting up such high barriers to entry that they're preventing hundreds, if not thousands, of businesses from getting on board onto an effective safety solution. And this is why we built Safepoint. And Safepoint is a fantastic new web and mobile software as a service platform that's completely transparent, flexible, and affordable at just $9.95 per user per month. And I'm going to talk you through some of the main benefits that using Safepoint will give the business now. So with Safepoint, you can sign up and deploy a lone worker safety system in minutes. It's a completely transparent process. It's completely digital, self-serve. You see how much it's going to cost you. You can opt for monthly or annual contracts. So we're completely flexible. It really does have an onboarding process that fits within the modern world. And now you know exactly where your staff are when they're out on a dangerous task. So if something does go wrong, you can get help directly to them as soon as possible. And of course, you can easily increase your lone workers' confidence in their safety. And a confident workforce is a better workforce. Using Safepoint means your lone workers know that they are never truly alone. And if something does happen to something, if an incident does occur, how long until you find out? Think back to that story of Rob earlier. Using Safepoint means you can get help directly to that person as soon as something happens. Oh, Lee's Pryor, God. I'm going to have to turn it around. Sorry, guys. And of course, it means you've got your full safety audit trail. You've got all of your data there in the system, whether you want to drill down and find out how a problem occurred, or if you just want to trend and analyze that data to shine light on areas of your business that you might not have been able to see before. So Safepoint really does allow businesses to become fully compliant with the health and safety executive and ensure the safety of all of their lone workers. But hold on a second, why are we better? What is our real advantage as a business? Well, through our core team of technologists, we really can bring a modern safety solution to the market. Our disruptive business model is allowing us to bring many things to the lone worker safety solution market that it hasn't seen before, such as instant product access via an online software as a service offering, complete pricing transparency or instant global availability. And our software as a service business model is breaking down all of those barriers to entry. We can provide flexible and affordable contracts, opening up the market to those hundreds and thousands of businesses that couldn't commit to or afford an effective safety solution before. And of course, it's incredibly important to us to build a great looking product, a product that fits in alongside all of your Google and Instagram apps that are out there on your phone, because people are going to be using this daily in the field. Now, we've picked up some great clients so far. We've got these guys on board, and now more than these guys, which is quite exciting as we launched publicly launched last Monday. We've got some great accolades along the way. They're obviously in order from best to worst up there. And we've got a brilliant team. This 6 of us here come from Sync the City, and we've got Mike on board as a board advisor who has got a very strong insurance background. He was the CEO and chairman of Lockton, which was an insurance company that had revenue in the hundreds of millions. So it's really great to have him on board. And as a team, we've got some of these skills here, from design and branding, software engineering, all the way through to insurance and finance. So we've got a lot of the skills needed to take this all the way and, well, launch the product as we have. So this is normally a bit where I'd go into financials and talk about our financial projections and that, but I'm going to take it at a different angle today. I can tell you we had our pre-seed round early this year. We've got a 5 to 7 year exit plan, and we are EIS, SEIS, Advanced Assurance approved. But what I wanted to do today is ask you guys for some help. We are newly publicly available. We launched to the public last Monday after almost 2 years of development and a lot of stress. And we've got a 14-day free trial available now on our website, safepointapp.com. You can go on there and sign up and get going now. So how can you guys help? Well, we are currently, obviously, on a big new client push. So do you employ any lone workers, or do you know people that do? Do you know anyone that could potentially use Safepoint as a platform? Because this is obviously the thing that is most important to us right now, is to get people on it, get people giving us some great feedback within our nice little Safepoint community that we've got going on now. And here's just a subset of some of the industries that we are targeting. It's not an exhaustive list. Now, secondary, If you can't do that or don't know anyone there, we do obviously have Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. If you could give us a follow on these, we've actually got a tweet and a LinkedIn post and a Facebook post about the event tonight. So if you could hop on there, like that, retweet that, share that, that will do us a massive, massive favour. That's everything I've got for you today. Thank you.